Welcome to TikTok. Welcome to TikTok. This is Coach Meg. We are going to talk about your brand, your personal brand. It is Saturday, 6th of September 2025. How amazing! How amazing. We are in a whole new month. It is exciting. I don't know about you, but I always get excited with a new month because every new month brings fresh ideas. Every new month brings new opportunities and challenges, of course. But we decide we are going to focus on solutions, right? So welcome to my live stream. This is Coach Meg. I am looking forward to support you on your journey on building your personal brand, getting to where you want to be, becoming more confident, showing up online, and doing all the things you need to do to put yourself out there, to put your business out there. So welcome to my live stream. And we are going to have an amazing time. It is Saturday. Wow. Some of us are so gangster. We are building businesses on the weekend. Instead of just partying and sleeping in late, some of us are deciding, no, I'm not going to sleep on my business. I'm going to keep showing up because you've already been working hard all week, right? You've been working so hard all week and you are like, at some point, I need to walk away from this. You can decide at some point, I need to walk away from this. I need better for myself. And I know it takes courage. It takes courage to walk away from the familiar. It takes courage to walk away from the familiar because you understand that nothing grows in our comfort zone, right? Nothing grows in our comfort zone. We stay the same person because everything is predictable. We know what it's like, so nothing grows in our comfort zone. Until we are willing to venture out of our comfort zone, life can get pretty boring. Life can get really boring and it's not interesting because, you're doing the same thing, you're seeing the same people, everything is just too boring. Oh, nobody likes boring. Oh, nobody likes boring. So give your life some adventure this weekend and we're going to look at your personal brand, how to develop your personal brand online so that you are doing all the things you need to be doing to put yourself out there, to promote your services and your products so that you can live your life by design wherever life finds you. Because remember this, whatever you are focusing on, that is multiplying. Whether you are aware of it or not, whatever you are focusing on, you are getting more of the same. Whatever you focus on, you get more of the same. So welcome to my live stream. This is Coach Meg. If you are one of those people who understands how social media works, how TikTok works, start tapping the screen, engaging and asking questions. And if you have any business related questions, any marketing tip, yes, ideas or questions or challenges, you are in the right community. Some of us have realized that life is a gift, life is a blessing, and we all only get one chance on this side of heaven or hell. We all only get one chance. This life, at some point, it's all going to wrap up. Go and check the book of Revelation. You are going to be greatly encouraged when you read the book of Revelation. You're going to get comforted when you look at the challenges that life throws at all of us. Our parents, our family, our people in the part of the world where you are. Life has different challenges, but you can decide, what am I going to focus on? More problems or solutions? So welcome to my live stream. We're going to talk about your personal brand, how to be intentional and strategic with your personal brand, and give yourself permission to shine. Give yourself permission to shine. The year is nearly over. I know you may be like, Coach Meg, it's only September. I don't know. I'm already in August 2026. I'm already in September 2026. I've already seen my year because I decided how I want my year to go. I've already seen my year by choice. Yes, you can't see everything that will happen, but you can decide how you're going to respond to the challenges of life. So welcome to the live stream. Let's see, TikTok is asking me to do something on this live stream. Welcome to the live stream. I want to show you how to become more confident so that you can start doing live streams. And let's see, I'm just doing something TikTok is asking me to do. Right, okay, welcome to the live stream. I'm just checking something TikTok is asking me to do while I'm on the live stream. Okay, cool. TikTok is fun. TikTok is fun, especially those of us who are multi-potentialites, who like to have fun online. So welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. I want to help you to shop online as you choose. I'm the coach for those of us who want to level the playing field. Those of us want to give ourselves the opportunity maybe our parents didn't have. Those of us want to give ourselves the opportunity that our workplaces did not give us. Let's be honest with ourselves. Some of us, the jobs that we've had, they didn't really give us room to grow, to expand. Some of us, we've been in jobs where it feels like you are limited, like you can only do so much. That's why, welcome to social media. Welcome to TikTok. Social media is a place for self-expression. Social media is a place for self-expression. Social media is a place for you to display your gifts and talents beyond your job title. So welcome to the live stream. I'm looking forward to help as many of you as possible. Those of you who need some support, you want to become more confident online, and you want to do a little bit more for your family, and this is the time. Yes, as the year is about to close, this is the time to take advantage of the opportunity that is available to you and to all of us, okay? This is the time to take advantage of the opportunities that are available to all of us. But you may feel like, oh, Coach Meg, I feel all over the place. I'm not sure where to start. Welcome to the coaching, yes? Welcome to the community. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you here. As you join my live stream, let me just do some housekeeping. Those of you are joining, some of you that are coming are some of my regulars. Some of you may not have met me before. I am Coach Meg. I am live streaming from London this morning. It is, well, a few minutes before 1 o'clock. And as we are doing this live stream, let me know where you are watching from. I want to support you on your journey. So let's do some housekeeping, yes? As you join the live stream, one of the things that you'll notice, you'll see there at the top of on my left, it says coach something. It is so important that if you want to build a strong presence online, if you want to be taken seriously, if you want to attract million-dollar opportunities, get serious with your online presence, okay? Get serious with your online presence. If you want to attract big opportunities, do not play with social media. Do not allow yourself to be overwhelmed. Be intentional, stay focused, and decide this is what I want to do. Yes, if you want to manifest something that you have never experienced before, welcome to my coaching. So we're going to do some housekeeping. Okay, thank you, one view. Appreciate you. Those of you who are joining. Some of you are already action takers. You understand how the game works. I won't really go too much into this. But basically here on TikTok, like every other social media platform, they want us to be engaging, okay? So I'm going to be bringing some gems. I've been in the online space for a while, and I've traveled and lived in 3 different countries. I've worked in healthcare for about 3 decades. I'm active on LinkedIn right now. You can go on LinkedIn and find me. I've been posting content on there. I've given myself a challenge, and you will see my engagement. You will see my community is growing. So if you are serious about your business and you are serious about your personal brand, you don't want to be hidden, you don't want to be a well-kept secret, come along on this journey, okay? I have a few limited spaces. I have a waiting list for people who want to take their brand to their next level, okay? What is your brand? Your brand is you, who you are as an individual, what you stand for, what you care about, what matters to you, who you are, the real, authentic version of you. That is not shy, yes? The real you is not shy, actually. The real you is not afraid. The real you is not intimidated. The real you doesn't hide. But if you feel like, oh, this social media is a bit, I'm not sure what to do, welcome to the live stream. We'll talk about this, and I will help you, get you on the journey so that you can keep going to where you want to be. Okay? So some quick housekeeping. My name, you can see on there, it says Coach Meg. And you can see I have a professional looking image. And I think on LinkedIn I have a different one. I'll probably change that. But anyhow, I have a different one on LinkedIn. I have a different profile image on Twitter or X. I'm still calling it Twitter. I like Twitter. Why did they change the name to X? Why did Elon Musk change the name from Twitter to X? But I guess, like anything in life, when you take over a project, when you start a new page in your life, sometimes you got to change your name. right? Sometimes you've got to change your name and everything your name represents. Oh, that is such a powerful statement, even spiritually. Sometimes you've got to change your name to get to where you want to go, okay? You've got to change your name. You've got to change your identity. You've got to change how you see yourself. So I speak generally here on my live streams. And if you find something that is helpful to you, make sure you're engaging. Make sure you're doing the gifts. I've got some gifts there. Yes. I am business minded. Whether people give me gifts here or not, I appreciate the gifts. I'm business minded. I think bigger than social media. Okay. So, but anyhow, welcome to the live stream. So you want to put a professional name, what you do, what you stand for, what you care about. Yes. Class is in session. If you're late, you're late. Class is in session. Class has already began. Doesn't matter how many people are in. We are going for it. Make sure you have a professional looking image. Yes, your photo must be really nice and sharp. That represents who you are. Okay, you can see from my image there, Coach Meg here is not here to play, because I know the content that I bring, the value that I bring on my social media platform, on my live streams is life-changing. I always talk about life-changing topics. I always talk about family transformation topics. If you hang around Coach Meg a little bit, you will realize that you will become more confident. You will notice you become more proactive. If you hang around me long enough, you will notice there's something in you that shifts. You realize, oh, there's more that's possible for me, because you are listening to a coach who is proactive, somebody who takes action. Yes? So be careful that you are learning from the right people. You don't want to be learning from people who are just talking the talk, but they don't live what they talk about. Okay? I love being proactive. And I'm one of those as your coach. If you decide to come on the journey with me, or you decide to join the community, we are building a community of people that are proactive. People who are action takers. And so as a result of my mindset and how I do what I do and my message, there are people who come, they get what they need, and they move on. Absolutely. They start growing their TikTok account. It is amazing to me. It is exciting for me to see, because I'm that kind of person. I'll give you all the knowledge that you need, all the insight that you need to build a strong personal brand online, okay? A strong personal brand online really matters. A strong personal brand online really matters. Otherwise, forget about it. A strong personal brand online really matters. Otherwise, forget about it. You're going to be hidden. Nobody will know about you. Nobody will know what you care about, what matters to you. That's it. And here's the worst part. You will miss out on the revenue, the resources, the money that is available to you if you are not showing up online. If you don't have a strong presence online, you are missing out on the money that is available to you. You are missing out on the opportunities that are available to you. So that is what I'm here to talk about today. We're going to build a strong presence online for your account, for who you really are, what you care about, and what you want to start doing. Yes? Because after all, every day in life is a gift. No matter what happened yesterday, you decide today is a brand new day. That's my attitude. Today is a brand new day. God's mercies are new every morning. God's mercies are new every morning. You may have messed up big time, but today there is new opportunities available for you. Today, right here, right now, there's new mercy, there's new grace available to you. There are new opportunities available to you. That is exciting. I don't know about you, but that is exciting. I remember even this morning as I was getting ready for the day and to do my live stream, I was just being so grateful to realize all the things that God has taken me through, that God has supported me through, right? How God has preserved me, protected me, watched over me and my family. To some of you, that may seem like a little thing. But if you've been on the journey that I've been on, you would be thanking God the way I was. I was just so blown away, so grateful at the goodness of God. I was like, wow, how did I get out of that? How did I navigate that? And gratitude is so powerful. Gratitude helps you to vibrate at a higher energy. Yes? Gratitude helps you to vibrate at a higher frequency. Okay, for those of you who understand that language, I'm a woman of faith, but I also understand people are coming from different backgrounds. Some of you may understand when I say something, and some of you will be like, I'm completely lost. But hang out with Coach Meg a little bit, and you'll be like, oh, okay, that's what you're trying to do. That's what you're talking about. Okay. So I come on here on TikTok to inspire somebody, to encourage somebody to become proactive, and to help somebody to escape a certain mindset and adopt a growth mindset. Ooh. If you are ready for better, or it's not even about better, but you decide, you know what, Coach Meg, I could do with an extra 10K in my business. I could do with an extra 100K in my business. What do I need to do? Where do I need to start? I have realized that I need to be active on social media. I have realized that I can't be hiding. I am missing out on potential customers online, right? Welcome to the community. Hey, Dante, Jabi Cornea, thank you so much. Good to see you here. Let me know where you're watching from. Where are you watching from, Dante? Where are you watching from? That's an interesting name. I don't know why I'm thinking Rome. Are you watching from Italy or Cyprus? Colombia. Ah, welcome. What time is it in Colombia today? Because it is nearly 1 o'clock in London right now. What time is it for you? I've never been to Colombia. I'm thinking of visiting, Brazil at some point. And I'm sure Brazil and Colombia are close, right? Good to see you here. Welcome to the live stream. Let me know, what time is it there for you? So anyhow, is it rainy season, I guess? And how long is your rainy season? That is really good. How long is your rainy season? Nobody likes the rain. Nobody likes the rain. It was raining here. In fact, as we started September here in London, it's been raining. But it's supposed to be summer, so we have island weather. It's supposed to be summer, but we also have rain, summer rains. But anyway, nobody likes the rain. But the rains also bring blessings. The rain washes away the rubbish. That's my attitude anyway. Rain helps things to grow, right? So anyhow, welcome to the live stream. Okay. Perpetual summer. Ooh, stop showing off. We have we have it all here. That's amazing. Perpetual summer. So you have summer rains, I guess, right? That must be nice. Tell me something, Dante. Tell me something, Dante. I know I watch the news like everybody. What is the crime like in the part where you live? Because I know sometimes I watch these, dramas, mafia dramas, and Colombia. What's Colombia like? Tell me something amazing about Colombia. I must admit, maybe that's why I've never thought of visiting Colombia. I saw all these, documentaries, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to go there. Tell me more. This is interesting. Welcome. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Let me just celebrate you. Good to see you here. We are growing the community. We are a community of those of us who want to build our businesses, those of us who want to have customers around the world. I want to have customers all around the world, the Middle East, because I'm also active on LinkedIn. And on LinkedIn, some of my connections are, in the United Kingdom, the US, and Canada. I can imagine that. But you have a lot of minerals though, don't you? I think Colombia has a lot of minerals and resources, right? It's actually a very wealthy country though. Yeah, or tell me about its consumption. Oof. And my concern with the consumer culture is you start feeling like you should just take and not contribute. When you are just a consumer, you're just taking. You can get, excuse my language, it's not going to be a swear word, you can get too fat, too overweight, because you're taking, and I mean that psychologically and physically too. When you're just taking, you get too big. Just like somebody who's got so much knowledge, but they're not sharing their knowledge, they get too big in their heads, right? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not going to apologize. When somebody knows too much, sometimes they get too big in their heads and they start thinking, weird. But when you start sharing your knowledge, and when you're also learning from others, you realize, oh, I don't think I know as much as I thought I know. Because life is about learning, right? So I'm talking about the consumer culture. Life is about learning. You get to a certain level, you understand something, and then you start learning something new. And that makes life interesting. That's my perspective anyway. And that's the kind of community I'm building. A community of people who want to learn, to grow, to become better, and just improve the quality of our life. Because sometimes you have a lot of money, but the quality of your life is just, you don't have real friends, you don't have real connections. Your love life is suffering. You don't know who your partner is, So yes, I love learning, I love growing, I love exploring. The environment in which you grow up is decisive for consumption problems. Perhaps you should move. Of course, I've lived and worked in 3 different countries. I've lived and worked in 2 countries in Africa, and now I'm based in the United Kingdom. So I bring a different perspective, to the marketplace. And yeah, life is interesting. It's good fun. I've also worked in the hospitals, and I knew that I had to leave healthcare because otherwise I would be trapped in the healthcare system, the mindset, the way of thinking, where everybody you see is sick, where everybody you see is like flat on their back, and it can get really depressing. So I knew I had to leave healthcare. It was okay for a while, but I decided this is not for me anymore. So anyhow, we are talking about building your personal brand online and building a strong presence online to be strategic and intentional, and to decide if I don't expand my presence online, I will limit how much money I even make in my business. I will limit how much I get back, right? That is interesting. Everything that is forbidden creates a temptation that leads to consumption. Okay, that's one perspective. That's one perspective. That's one perspective. My kind of thinking, having worked in healthcare and seen a lot of suffering, there are some reasons why some things are not healthy for us, And I like to say self-governance is the highest form of government. When you're like, that is not good for me, But yeah, that is my perspective anyway. That's one perspective, that when something is not allowed, then we are more tempted. But there's a reason why, right? There's a reason why some things we are told this is not healthy for you. So anyhow, welcome to the live stream. Those of you who are just joining, this is Coach Meg. We are talking about building your personal brand online, expanding. No, it's all right, Dante. I appreciate you. No problem. Very good. Well done. It's very good that you are, making an effort. Those of you who are just joining, my regulars, Andronke, welcome to the live stream. Ocean View, welcome. Please say hello to Dante. He is watching from Colombia. And he's just letting me know that English is not his first language, so he's making an effort and he's responding to my comments. I appreciate that he's making an effort. I think that is very kind to Dante. And I was asking him about Colombia. What I see in the news sometimes is a bit terrifying. Like, I don't ever want to go to Colombia. I'm like, oh, the drug problems, and you don't want to be caught by a stray bullet. Oops, did I just say that on TikTok? That is not funny, Coach Meg. That is not funny. Anyhow, welcome my regulars, and those of you who are new, if you've never met before, Coach Meg is about expanding who we are. increasing our capacity. Some of us, we are only used to people who are similar to us. No problem, Dante. Appreciate you. Thank you, Anderonke. Appreciate you. Please say hi to Dante. Thank you so much. We are building a community of those of us who realize it's better to be an international thinker. Yes. Okay. Let me translate that. Actually, Dante, no problem. I can actually translate. Um, oh, yes. Yes, Dante. What you just said is a big thing. You see, and this is what I found, Dante, why I said that self-governance is the highest form of government. Hey, MVB, it's good to see you here. Please say hello to Dante. He's a new person in the community. We've never met before. He's watching from Colombia, and he's engaging. English is not his first language, but he's doing his best. So I've decided I will just translate. We were talking about drug problems, how personally I've never imagined or wanted to ever live in Colombia because of what I see in the news. But I know it's also a wealthy country. In fact, me and my son, we're talking about some of the countries in South America, like Venezuela. Some of the political uproar and the riots. These are wealthy countries. But this is my thing. Sometimes people don't realize that we choose the wrong people because we don't have self-governance. So we choose the wrong people to lead. Ooh, it's Martin Luther King. Is it Martin Luther King who said, somebody said the leaders we choose, we get the leaders we deserve. Who said that? Who's the philosopher? Come on, guys, help me out. Who's the philosopher who said a nation gets the leader it deserves, that we choose the wrong people to lead us? Oh, because I'm reminded, I know we're talking about your personal brand, right, guys? Okay. Oh, we were talking about it, me and my son, that the challenges in Venezuela don't make sense because that is a wealthy nation. But this is the thing at Dante as well. It's the ideologies that we accept that we don't challenge. It's the ideologies that we accept that we don't challenge. Yeah. And the leaders we accept. I know in my own country in Africa, when the locals decided to protest against the British government, some men were brave enough to rebel, and they decided, no, we're not having this. They decided we're not going to accept that. I'm not saying they're better leaders, but I remember, and I'm not saying they did everything the right way, but at least that was a start, right? But even the leaders we still have, we have some corrupt leaders, because sometimes it's just like, how do you fight stubborn leaders? And this is where I believe, oh, I'm getting excited now. This is where I believe entrepreneurship is the answer. This is where I strongly believe entrepreneurship is the answer and is the solution. That is why I talk about personal branding. Because when we are doing better in our own families and in our own lives, we can challenge leadership. When you've got the resources to do your political campaigns and switch leaders up, absolutely. Oh yes, absolutely, Dante. We have to change our governments by changing from within in our families. I've been talking about this for the longest time ever. That we can't change the leadership we have if we set up with the type of leaders we have. We used to have one of our presidents in the country where I was born. I haven't lived there in such a long time. Hey, Adam, good morning. Good to see you here. I took a break from TikTok. It is so refreshing to come back. I feel like I was on holiday. But listen to this. I remember, we were just discussing how one of the leaders, right, the presidents at the time, he was on holiday on a presidential visit to London. He was absolutely appalling. The man is gone now. He was appalling. He was rude and disrespectful to the professionals who live in London, who have left his country. I wasn't in the meeting anyway. I think if I was in the meeting, I don't know. I probably can't be there. But anyway, he was really rude and disrespectful to the professionals that were in that meeting. Nobody challenged him. Nobody challenged him. But listen, guys, this is where I like to talk about this personal leadership, right? That building your own life, changing your brand is how we will change our governments. Because you've got the resources. Yes, you have the resources. I don't want to talk about political campaigns right now, but let's talk about your personal brand because this is so important. We're going to stay on track. Your personal brand is deciding, like now, as we're talking about political challenges in our countries, that I want to make a difference in the world. I don't just want to be a consumer. Because being a consumer is, you can get sick at some point. And by the way, the power is in leadership anyway. The power is in becoming a producer. One tech business owner, CEO, he realized just creating software and selling it as a service is not enough. He started to build his personal brand. Right? Now, some tech leaders or CEOs are quite shy. They prefer to work in the background. You may be watching this and you prefer to work in the background. You don't want to be seen. You don't want to be known. And that is okay. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. Except we are living in interesting times that if you start to show who you are, people get to know you. You start to talk about what you like. You are probably going to attract more people to your business, to your products and your services, because people are going to know, oh, you are a real person. I trust you. I like you. I want to invest in your software. You see, the competition has changed. The competition has changed in the marketplace, guys. I know you've all noticed this. We all know Bill Gates, right? We all, Microsoft. We all know Tim Cook with Apple. I don't know who the Netflix CEO is. We all know all these, right? The days of, the CEOs who were hidden are changing. If you want to own a bigger pie, a bigger slice of the pie, rather, is be visible. Okay? Be visible. Do any of you know Alex Hormozi? He started with gyms. He's a fitness guy. He did a challenge recently. And on that challenge, I can't remember the numbers, I need to check. In one day, he broke the Guinness World Record for the highest number of sales in one day. I need to check the numbers. He broke a Guinness World Records because of the system and the strategy he has in place. The guy is successful. He's already very successful. But what I like about what he does is he's helping others. So he has built a personal brand online. You will see his ads everywhere. You will see his content everywhere. I am not surprised that he broke the Guinness World Records. He is, if I may say, as somebody who's been in the online space for a while, he's a relatively newcomer in the online space as a personal brand. He is a relatively newcomer in the personal branding space. Because I have been in the online space for a while. I know people like Gary Vee and many others. Who's the other one I'm trying to think of? Brendan Bouchard, Tony Robbins, right? There are many personal brands that have been around before Alex Hormozi. There are many personal brands. I'm not dropping names here. I don't know these people. I'm saying this like a case study. There are many personal brands that have been in the online space for a while. Alex Hormozi is a relatively newcomer in the personal branding space, if I say so, because I observe and I learn and I do different things, right? But what has made him stand out? He's always showing up. like him, you don't like him, he's always showing up. He's actually easy to warm up to. He is the kind of person, if you don't like him, there's a problem. Alexa Mosey is an amazing guy. Him and his wife are building an amazing empire. Hey 110, good to see you here. We are talking about personal branding and we were discussing politics. Welcome Dante. He's a new member to the community. Hasn't been on my live streams before. If he's still here, he's watching from Colombia. Amazing. I'm so, I'm so impressed with that. And welcome those of you on my regulars. I appreciate you guys. Listen, guys, if you have any questions and you want to contribute, you have a question, please let me know. And we were talking about politics, our governments, corrupt leaders, because Colombia has a lot of corruption. Venezuela. Colombia is not a country I would want to go to. I'll be very honest. I said to Dante, I'm not sure I'd ever want to go to his country. I was very honest because of what I see and I hear, right? And every country has its own problems. Africa has its own problems. So then I took the discussion to, this is why I believe that we have to start building our businesses. We have to acquire more resources to challenge some of the leadership. I believe that is why Donald Trump is making waves. And that is what I admire about Donald Trump the most. I know we have different opinions. This is just my perspective. He is able to challenge some things because he's got his own money. He's not a career politician. Look, I will always say my opinions, right? We all have different opinions, so I'm just putting it out there. A lot of people don't even understand this side. I've been around for a while and I noticed this. When you have your own money, you can do better. Now, it's not just about money. It's about resources. It's about connections. It's about the people who want to be around us, right? Because if you are really good at what you do, but your ego, you put other people off, then you will be a solo traveler. And yes, you can do well as a lone wolf. Absolutely. I can't even mention some names here because I'm allergic to some things that they talk about. You can be a lone wolf in the online space. There are many personal brands in the online space, but they put off a huge share of the marketplace. Because it's one thing to be controversial, but to be, you're not even family friendly. You are, demeaning women. It's disgusting. Some of you even know who I'm talking about. So I'm talking about personal branding. Alexa Mosey broke a Guinness World Record for the highest number of sales in one day. He did a challenge recently. And I was saying how I have observed in the online space personal brands that he's a relatively newcomer, in my opinion. He's a relatively newcomer in the personal branding space, where you promote who you are and you talk about the services and products that you do, where you're not shy to talk about it, right? He's a relatively newcomer. And I remember the first time I saw him, he was wearing like a vest. And even I, with my own bias, I was a bit like, I was a bit put off, like, who is this multimillionaire in a vest on YouTube? It's like, come on. And then, you see, because we all have our own bias, guys. We all have our own bias. There are people who look at me and like, I'm not listening to her. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Even if everything I'm saying is making sense. It's just like, you can look at me and think, psh. Some people can look at me and my skin color. Some people can look at me and like, she's a woman, or some people can, or she's older, or whatever your reason are. We all have our own bias. So when I saw Alex Mosey, I was like, what the heck? And I think he had a plaster on his nose here. But guess what? I love people who challenge my thinking. I was just like, who is this guy? What the heck? Oh my goodness, me and my son, we have been listening to one of his book, $100 Million Offers. My son is like, Mom, when did you last listen to that again? I'm like, okay, son, I got you. It's like, Mom, listen, your content is so good. You should stop. You should be charging higher. Mom, you've been in healthcare for 3 decades. You should be charging more. And I'm like, I hear you, son. You're right. Because when you settle with low energy people, guys, we have to be careful of that. We have to be careful of that. But anyway, let me go back to personal branding. Because you may have some questions and you're like, Coach Meg, I don't know. It's all about just the more you do something, the better it becomes, right? We all know, like when we went to school, the more you do something, the better it becomes. And you're like, what was I even scared about? What was I even afraid of? So Alex Hormozi for me is a relatively newcomer talking about the personal branding space, yes? Because I've seen others, but the thing with Alex Hormozi, he is everywhere. You go on Facebook, you will see his content. You go on Twitter, X, Coach Meg. You go on X, you will see his content. You go on TikTok, you see his content. You go on LinkedIn, his content is there. You go on YouTube, his content is there. But there was a time there were other content creators who were saying, oh, don't be everywhere, try and focus on one platform. And there are people who are going to tell us that right now, right? That focus on one platform. Makes sense, absolutely. And I'm going to explain where this kind of wisdom helps, yes? If you are relatively new, you are trying to become more confident online, you're trying to figure out who you are, what you care about, and who your ideal audience is, who your people are, the kind of people you want to be talking to, it makes sense to focus on one platform. And I recommend here on TikTok. Okay, it's a good start. Put a lot of energy here on TikTok, but can I also suggest something, especially if you're an expert, you're really good at what you do, you are knowledgeable, somebody can wake you up in the middle of the night, CIA arrive, the police are at the door, and they ask you, whatever your expertise is, and you can just say it like that. If you are that kind of person, then I encourage you to become a thought leader and start posting on LinkedIn. Here's why. You are going to attract people with deep pockets as a thought leader. Especially if you don't like to communicate like Coach Meg, you may not have my energy, you may not have my personality, there's nothing wrong with that. We must all do what we do according to our personality, right? I encourage you to start posting on LinkedIn, and I'm going to give you this tip for free. I'm seeing it working in my own business right now. Give yourself a 30-day challenge where you're posting every day, okay? And before you start posting, here is some old advice that I got many years ago that is still relevant today. Start engaging with big accounts on LinkedIn, okay? This is a free tip for anyone who is going to run with this. Anyone who has the potential to become a very strong personal brand online. Because there'll come a time where people are going to be asking to sign. You think this is a joke. This happens in real life. If it can happen for others, it can happen for you. Because you're willing to show up. Give yourself a 30-day challenge to begin with. Post on LinkedIn every single day. But before you even post, in the morning, give yourself maybe 30 minutes or an hour and just go and find big accounts that are in your specialty, in your niche, in your area of interest. The kind of people that you feel comfortable talking to, that you don't have to fake it to make it. It's your field, it's the area that you care about, right? Find those people, search, yes. And if you need some help with that, I will do a consultation with you. We can do 1 hour, no problem, or we can do 30 days. Each week we'll be hanging out together. We'll be doing a Zoom call or Google Meet, and I'll be supporting you and guiding you and giving you some pointers and all that so that you can quickly grow your account on LinkedIn. Yes, because here is why. Here is, this is so big. Your organic content, why am I giving, okay, never mind. Your organic content, guys, is your silent salesman. This is so big. If you missed that, this is so big. Those of you who are experts, you're very good at what you do. This is so good. You'll be like, even if you forget in a year's time, I hope you remember one day and say, thank you, Meg, for that tip. Look at where my business is now. I hope you remember to come and say that, because that will make a huge difference for me. Your organic content will be selling for you while you're fast asleep. your organic content that you are posting on a regular basis, it is your silent personal brand partner. You no longer need to rely on who supports you, who doesn't need to, who doesn't support you. With ChatGPT, I hope you have downloaded ChatGPT 5. I hope you have downloaded ChatGPT 5. This morning on LinkedIn, one of the personal brands, one of the guys on there, he's in California. He's into AI and he's helping as many of us as possible to make sure that AI doesn't master us, but that you master AI. So he's done several prompts and I felt like I've gone to uni again. I felt like I've gone to school again, and I love ChatGPT. I ask it to do this prompts all over the place, and I'm asking it to give me the workflow. What I want to, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. Give me a process from here to there, and in this time frame, right? This is what I love to do with ChatGPT. I love it. I'm just like, I don't need to go to Harvard University. I'm sorry guys, but for me this is a big deal. It's just so much fun to feel like you can compress time because you're learning. So anyway, he's got a newsletter. Those of you who are interested, let me know. Send me your email address and I'll send you his link or his name. Really smart guy, nice guy. There's a whole community on there. But the way that he asks, some of you, I think one team, you are into technology, right? Or I can't remember. Anyhow, anyway, let me circle back. When you are posting your expertise, your ideas, now remember guys, whatever you are passionate about, that is why you don't have to pretend to be somebody else. Don't be shy guys. I know some of you guys are really shy. That is why Coach Meg is here to help you. I'll support you on the journey. If we are getting along well, you are doing a virtual event and you need somebody to get the energy in the room, I got you. Yes. You have to join my coaching package, of course. I got you. I'll support you. Because sometimes, that's why we need each other in this life. We need the right people to support us. I need the right people to support me too. Right? Because not everybody is like me. I need people who are different from me. I'm well aware of that. I'm wise enough to know that. Right? That is how we get ahead in life. There's an African saying. You can go far by yourself. Absolutely. Nowadays, with AI and ChatGPT 5, you can build a 7-figure business all by yourself as a personal brand. Guys, come on. Oh. You can build it all by yourself. You don't even need a big team. I think a lot of people who've been in the business world for a long time are getting really like, is this even happening? Because the way we've done business in the past has completely changed. I can see people are really frustrated and annoyed. Like they had to suffer so much to build the business where they are now. And here comes some little kid, he's 12 years old. He designs this software and now he's making more money than me in what? In a year. And I only managed to make 7 figures in what? 20 years? So your personal brand, guys, this is what I'm talking about. Your personal brand is your most powerful asset. Because your personal brand is the real you. You don't have to fake, to pretend to be anybody else. All you need to focus on, guys, is what you are really good at. This is a community of people I want to support and help you and inspire you and encourage you. Yes? Because you don't have to fake it and you don't have to pretend. You know you're really good at what you do. All you need to do is make sure you are visible in the right places and spaces. Yes? There's a young lady here, amazing young lady. I gave a tip about changing your name and she was willing. She changed her name quickly and, she's promoting her products and services, right? This is what I mean, guys, because I've learned, this is how I think. When you're proactive, you're taking action quickly. Those of us who are proactive, in 10 years, some people are going to be like, oh, I used to know you. Okay. But because we're action takers, we're proactive, even when we're having a bad day. One coach was saying this. Listen to this, guys. Because your personal brand is deciding, I don't care if everything is going south. I don't care. The guy who wrote this song that we are all enjoying and watching. I'm what? I'm young, black and rich. You know, I'm not going to use the swear words. I'm young, black and rich. He went through a breakup and he decided to brainwash himself. I think that girl dumped him or didn't ended the relationship because he was struggling financially. I think he was a soldier or he's still in the army. I can't remember. But he decided, instead of getting depressed, I'm going to hype myself up. 2 years later, his song is a big hit because of TikTok. You never know when your content will blow. So if you're really good at what you do, this is what I'll keep repeating. One of the things, guys, is this. You could even be a great parent. Maybe you are not really good at your job. You don't really like it. And you're just like, ugh, this helps me pay the bills. So you may not be that passionate or excited, right, about the job that you do or what you were trained to do. What else are you excited about? Think about it. What else are you excited about? What else are you excited about? It could be parenting. It could be cooking. It could be makeup. It could be getting organized. You could be the kind of person who can't stand a mess. Wherever you go, you want to fix everybody. You could be a fixer. Wherever you go, you want to fix. Some of us, I know, easily distracted, something happens, and before you know it, the rest of the day, you're like, did I even accomplish my goals today? Here is what one professor you'll find him on YouTube, Alex Huberman. He struggled academically growing up, but he decided to go back to school. He was into drugs and all sorts of things, and he decided to go back to school. I share other people's stories on here like a case study to encourage us and to inspire us that none of us can fail at what we put our minds to, right? We can't fail. But anyway, he talks about how, and coming from a healthcare background, I 100%, you have to decide which part of the day you have the most energy. And for most of us, it's the morning. So that means, without fail, make sure you give yourself a routine before you go to bed. This is what I teach in my private coaching sessions. Have a nighttime routine that works for you because you know you're working on something, right? You decide, I am not dating for this year. I'm not drinking for this year. I'm not partying this year. I'm going to minimize my social life so that I can change the trajectory of my family. Because some of us are going to be the first multi-millionaires in our families. Some of us are going to be the first billionaires in our families. I don't play when I talk about this. That is why I am a holistic business coach. Holistic. It's not just about making money. It's about changing everything around ourselves where you're like, oh, I need to show up better with my children. I need to show up better with my husband or my wife or my partner. Whatever your situationship is. I highly encourage, make a decision, make a commitment. Don't string people along. Where you decide, I'm going to show up better. I'm going to manage my time better. I'm not going to let people waste my time. Because at the end of the day, all of us are going to live with our regrets. Whew. Or our successes, right? Or our successes. Imagine driving your best car. And I'm not selling a lifestyle, but this is what I am talking about. Imagine having peace of mind that you're making the best decision ever. You are showing up, you're available, you're working hard on your business. You make sure, because now with AI and virtual events, You don't have to spend the whole day on your business. You don't. You start supervising your virtual team. You can outsource virtual assistants in the Philippines, in Africa, in India, anywhere. You can outsource. You can find somebody to help you on Fiverr or Upwork. They can do all your repetitive tasks. Or you can even design some AI agents. Oh my goodness, the knowledge is just, I get so excited for my community because I'm like, come on guys, we have to do better, right? And then you spend the rest of the afternoon, you take your woman on a date. You take your man horse riding. Come on, guys. One of my coaches, she retired her husband. She used to be a struggling pastor. She had anxiety issues, but she managed to retire her husband. And I know why she did, because he was showing up as a good man in the marriage. When a man shows up as a good man in the marriage, in the relationship, if his woman is smart at some point and she's the one who does better, she can help him out, right? That's a personal brand, right? When we have the right people in our relationships, I will go the extra mile for my kids. I will go the extra mile. I have put myself at risk for my kids because I know they didn't sign up to be in the situation that they found themselves in. This is why I do what I do. I'm really for family. I really care about family. Is everybody in my family like me? Do they all think like me? Of course not. Of course not. So your personal brand, guys, your personal brand. Any questions so far? Let me actually take a break. Coach Meg being talking. I want to encourage you. Don't take too long. Don't overthink it. Because when you overthink it, guys, you allow self-doubt to step in. Absolutely. Thank you, One Tim. I forgot to say that, right? This content is so good. And I know sometimes maybe some of you that are listening, you are not aware. TikTok, it's actually a win-win. As you are engaging, tapping the screen, TikTok is also going to be pushing your content and your personal brand. Yes, that's how it works on social media. And it's also a law. When you give, you get back. Give and get back. If somebody's sharing something that is helpful, make sure you're engaging, you're tapping the screen. It is a powerful thing, okay? And by the way, people who win in life are big givers. People who win in life are givers. I always have coins here on my TikTok account so that when I'm watching another live stream, I'm gifting, I'm engaging, I'm doing so many different things. Yes? Okay, come on, TikTok. What's that about? What's that about? Okay, come on, TikTok. Hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up. Oh, come on. Just a second. Hey, it is what it is. Some people don't know how to engage on live streams, but the action takers are the money makers. Action takers are the money makers. So your personal brand, guys, is who you are online, who you decide to show up online. You decide you need a professional presence online. A professional presence is a game changer. You know, it's nice to be validated with likes. It's vanity metrics when people are engaging and they like your content and your videos. But what we want is people who are willing to go the extra mile, you know, right? And I know some of you have never met me before. You're like, oh, I don't know who she is. You can go to my account. You'll see one of my viral videos where I got over 14,000 engagers and followers in 24 hours. It was probably more than that because at the time I was totally confused. Like, what just happened to my account? So I think last month I decided, let me track. I was on TikTok for about 8 to 9 months before one of my videos went viral. And so I personally don't promote viral marketing. And I've been in other training programs and webinars, yes, where people talk about this. Viral marketing is not a sustainable business strategy. I know there's a guy, I know him, he's on Instagram, I've watched some of his content. That's his main strategy. You can if you choose. But some of us who are building sustainable businesses and who are still trying to figure things out, right? Viral marketing may not be the strategy for you. But if you've got the time and the resources to study it and you want to do that, by all means, go ahead. But I was on TikTok for about 8 to 9 months before one of my videos went viral. You can go and check it out. I was speaking to a very specific audience as a personal brand, something that I don't need to make up. Making stuff up is weird. Okay, so that video, when I posted it, I was speaking to a very specific community. Okay, did most of them become my clients? Of course not. But I was sharing that idea. Here comes the leadership tip. It was on the day that it was a memorial for my late father. It was 1 year, okay? It was 1 year. My late father was my bestie. We were great friends. He shaped my foundation to become the woman that I am today. He taught me how to love myself, to appreciate myself, to treat myself like a queen. He taught me how to build my personal brand. He said, if you focus on self-education, he used to tell all of us in our family, if you focus on self-education, you will never have limits in life. He was absolutely right. Right? So I'm going to pause now. What's happening? There's 6 of us on here. You are not engaging. So this is probably not the live stream for you. Guys, what's happening? Why are others not engaging? What's going on? What's going on? Are you just getting the gems and you're not giving anything back? Coach Meg is going to pause because I've given enough content. The rest of the content is for my private community, people who are action takers. I want to help people who are also willing to take action. That's why I come online, for people who realize whatever I need to change, it's up to me. If CEOs, multimillionaires, and billionaires are active, they're promoting their companies and businesses. Those of us who are not on that level yet, it doesn't make sense if we are not proactive. This is why people say the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, because people don't understand. The world has changed. Social media, the online space has leveled the playing field for all of us. The online space, absolutely, absolutely. And that is why I love it, One Term. There are people who don't realize that, and then they wonder why their lives stay small. And I don't mean to be harsh on anyone. There are people I know in my own life. They're just takers. You can see the picture of their life today. I have the evidence. I don't have to make it up. I have the evidence because they chose to be a taker. Even if they're... You know what is interesting, 110? I know people who are really talented, really smart, very gifted, but their character, their attitude. It's like, why are you suffering in life? You are so talented. They hold on to what they have because of fear. Yes? So some of you are watching Coach Meg, you are enjoying the content. If you hold on to what you have, you will always only have what you have. If you hold on to what you have, you will always only have what you've always had. Some of my best English clients, I remember one lady, just amazing woman. She's gone now. She was in her late 80s. The rapport we had, huge house, multi-millionaire woman. I was doing family coaching at the time. Even when she's walking, I love people like that. I love people who are happy with their lives. They don't fear anything. They're not afraid of competition, because your personal brand, there's no competition. Your personal brand, there's no competition. Nobody can do you like you. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you laugh, the way you cry. Ugly cry. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. I love it. I love it. I remember I used to be intimidated by LinkedIn. I was like, what do I even know? And I was right to be intimidated by LinkedIn. Absolutely. I was right in my early days, probably 10 years ago. Because I didn't really enter the business world like fully. I was like tiptoeing, oh, can I, oh, should I? But when I decided to go all in, I understand Facebook. If I wanted to grow a community on Facebook, I understand Instagram. I understand. After a while, I was like, where do I put my focus? So I decided I want the most effective way. So live streaming is one of my favorites, because you can speak to a lot of people in one sitting, right? You can see this as I'm here, right now. Okay? So from this live stream, one of my first clients on TikTok, I was doing a live stream, and at the time, I think I was talking about Bible marketing secrets. And I was talking about how to get your hope alive again when you've been discouraged, when things haven't worked out, So one of my clients, he saw me and he was just like, I love her energy. Sending me a DM and, let's go, Coach Meg. What do I need to do? Where do I sign up? Because listen, those of you who are serious about business, people who are willing to invest resources in the services and the products you provide are the people who are going to do well in life, because they understand. If you want anything different in life, there is some sacrifice required. There is some investment required. Okay? There is some investment required. It's either in financial or time resources. Okay? Yes? So welcome to my live stream, those who are just joining. Ooh! I was just like, let's go. I realized life is deciding which state you live in. You can live in yesterday or you can live in today. And listen, somebody needs to hear this. Your future is going to look like it looks like right now, if you don't shift your state. If you don't shift your state, you choose to stay in complaining, always being negative, always blaming everybody else, that you are already deciding your future. You are already deciding your future, okay? So if you decide, you know what? I'm going to choose my focus, because whatever I focus on is going to multiply. Hey, Fox Midgie, good to see you here. Good to see you here. I hope you're well, right? If you decide, you know what? There is no way I'm going to lose. I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to be doing the content like Coach Meg is talking about. I'm going to show up on a regular basis. If anything, now with scheduling tools, you can schedule your content that it's posted on LinkedIn. It's posting on X. It's posting on all the other platforms. That content can be going out while you're busy doing your gardening, while you're busy playing with your kids. Oh, come on. Because it's not even about having a huge following, right? When your potential clients are able to pay you 3K, 5K, 10K, you don't need a lot of clients. You don't need a lot of clients. You only need a few clients. Yes, I encourage you and I inspire you. If you're really good at what you do, you have been doing what you do for more than 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, it's time to start sharing that knowledge, that insight, because this is how we become even better. Whatever you learn and you are teaching, you will get to a level of mastery that it's just like you have no competition. That is why we have strong personal brands in different spaces online, right? We have different motivational speakers online. Yes, but you can't even compare them. All of them are different because it's about self-mastery. So you have to decide, what am I really good at? What do I enjoy? And then let me quickly do some housekeeping so I can start taking some questions for, especially for one team, those of you who have been engaging and supporting this live stream. I will only take questions and support from people who are taking action. Yes. Those of you who are not engaging, I'm not sure what that is about. I'm not sure. But anyhow, let me quickly say, can you see how my image is here on this live stream, right? When you start doing live streams, make sure that your image is aesthetically pleasing, okay? Yes, make sure that your image, it looks good like that, right? And before you do a live stream, I want you to shift your energy. This is $1 billion tip. This is $1 billion tip. And I know because of conditioning and programming from family background, from school, from church, you will think this is just free tip and it doesn't mean anything. It's up to you. Shift your energy before you start doing a live stream. Before you post a video, shift your energy. Okay? People with deep pockets, they like to work with people who are positive. Okay? So shift your energy, decide, look the best that you can, you feel good about yourself, and you are just like, cool, yeah. And I am not talking about getting broke, start to get expensive clothes so that you look rich. It's not even about that. If that's your brand, you're into beauty, your fashion, do whatever it takes to look good, okay? But if you are like a speaker like I'm doing right now, make sure you just feel good, you feel clean, you feel you are yourself. You're not trying to pretend to be somebody else. This is who you are. Just be yourself and decide to share some tips, something encouraging, something inspiring. It's a spiritual law. You will get more of what you put out in the world. If you are negative, you're not supporting others, you will get more of that negativity. If you're always critical of others, you're always judging others, you're always putting down others, it makes sense that you'll also be getting the same, more of it. It's not always the case. Sometimes people can just be weird. Some people who don't like you, just dismiss it, let it go. It's nothing, okay? So make sure you look good, you feel good, and you come on there, smell good, whatever it takes to shift your energy. Yes, because that's what rising to leadership is, yes? Like I gave you my own example. The video that went viral was on a day where I was thinking, it's a memorial for my late father. I could have sat down and started reflecting. I don't even talk about some of my own personal stuff. Why? That was a big deal for me. But I decided I'm going to speak to my audience. And when the video went viral, more than 14,000 followers in 24 hours, I actually didn't even know what the heck just happened because I wasn't planning it. That is my best strategy for me anyway. Where you're just doing your thing, you enjoy what you do. It's also known as serendipity. You expect good things, but you're not controlling the narrative because you know good things are coming in your way. You are putting out good in life. You are putting out good in the universe. You understand that life has challenges. Everybody has challenges, but you decide, I'm going to be part of the solutions in life. These are people who deserve to be leaders, presidents, billionaires. These are people who need to do really well in life because they're making a difference in the world. Okay, so make sure, yeah. I like my sunglasses, they're tinted. These are actually driving glasses for driving at night. So whatever it is, if you need to put a little filter, you're like, I haven't got time to do makeup or whatever it is, do you, okay? I think there's a TikTok content creator right now. He's called the king of TikTok. He uses these weird, ugly faces when he's doing his live streaming. It's like, what the heck is that? It's like the lips are over there. Because there's something about that psychologically. You realize you don't always have to look pretty. You don't always have to look like James Bond. I mean, you decide. And if I was you, just for the sake of being rebellious, I would do the complete opposite of what people expect. Let people do what they want to do with your personal brand. Let the right ones follow you. Seriously. I'm one of those people. That's my mindset. I choose not to conform. 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 Because life is for living. Okay, then make sure you have a professional looking name and image, yes, so that the right people who you want to work with can find you and connect with you. And decide what your content is. You've got ChatGPT now. Here is $1 billion. No, I'm not going to share that $1 billion tip because people are not engaging. This is for my private community. Actually, I'm not going to share that. Because some of us have seen too much suffering in the world. We want to make a difference. Some of us have seen too much and we are like, instead of waiting for the government to make a change, why not step up to the plate? So some of us are building businesses because we have big dreams. Not just for ourselves, but for our people, for our community. You see little kids suffering and you're like, how can I make a difference? If you haven't got the resources, how can you make a difference? But you decide, we must all do our thing. Yes, we must all do our things. That's just my mindset. So marketing, for me, promoting yourself is a big deal. Don't be shy. You want to enjoy yourself while you are helping others. You don't want to be somebody who just sacrifices themselves for the sake of others. Don't volunteer for suffering. Don't. Oh, I want to help the homeless. I want to help. You can't help others while you are drowning. You can't help others while you are drowning. Oh, I want to help abused women. You can't help others while you are drowning. Let's get you strong first. Let's get you in a place where you can even attract investors to your charity. That's even better, right? Because you've got a strong personal brand online. People with deep pockets are watching our live streams. I don't know who's watching my live streams. I don't know. I'm just going to show up as me. This is Coach May. Building what I do. I love business people who are action takers. Okay, so a professional looking image. Have a professional looking image online. Yes, so people can see this is who you are. Don't hide. What are you hiding? Come in the light. Yes, if you've got something that's worth talking about, come in the light. Just like in dating, don't respond to people who don't have an image. Don't respond to people who don't have an active social media account. That's a topic for another day. Online dating. Ooh, I could start a whole business on online dating. My word. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Stop being scammed by scammers. It's easy to tell somebody's a scammer. Why respond to time wasters? Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time in life. Yeah? Okay. What else? Then make a plan of action. And plan of action on LinkedIn, post minimum 3 times a week. That's my recommendation. On LinkedIn, post 3 times a week. I know you're busy, you've got a full-time job maybe, or your business is going all over the place. You're like, I need to rein things in. I need to take control of my business. Start posting what's comfortable for you. Yes, leave me a message. Coach Meg, I need some strategy. I need some support. I need to become more visible. Because the more visible you are, the more opportunities you create for yourself. Yes? When I go on my LinkedIn now, I've been active the last maybe 10 days only. And because I'm doing a trial of the premium package, I can see more people checking me out. Like, who is she? There are people who don't know me. And I'm sure there are people who are surprised. Let's go. I'm one of those people. Like, ooh. One coach said they were so surprised when I signed up to their coaching program. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Oh, you look like the typical African woman who doesn't take things seriously, who doesn't read books. Is that what you mean? Somebody said something which I thought was very sad, that if you want to keep information from a certain group of people, put your information in a book because they'll never read it. I didn't know what to do with that sentence. I didn't know what to do with that sentence. If you want to hide information from a certain group of people, put it in a book because they will never open that book. I didn't know what to do with that information. If you want to hide certain information from people, be a gatekeeper. With artificial intelligence right now, ChatGPT 5 and Canva, you can package your knowledge into an ebook as a lead magnet to attract people who can pay you 100K. But people are scared. I would rather, like Tom Cruise, play all out because life is supposed to be fun, but it's also not a joke. With ChatGPT, you can design your workflow, what you need to do next based on your goals, what you need to accomplish. So I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to believe in yourself. You don't need to fake it to make it. And if you're like, Coach Meg, I need some support, help me to package my knowledge and my insight, let's go. Okay? Let me just test the community. Who's ready to take action? Who's ready before the end of this year to see some major changes? Who is ready? Absolutely. Yes, you are right. Absolutely. Because I'm commenting, I'm engaging. You know, I decided to be like, what's the word? The beginner's advantage. I'm very good in the field where I've been, right? In healthcare. I can advise my clients. But there are some things I understood. I haven't done this as long as I want to. There are some ideas I understand, but there are some things I want to learn. The humility. This is what traps people. This is what catches people out. Not willing to be humble enough to learn. They'd rather be arrogant, but their bank account says otherwise. I don't mean to be harsh. So I was willing, okay. And I know who I can engage with. I don't engage with everybody online. On LinkedIn, rather, I meant to say. I know which accounts. Because some people have a weird energy. And that's all I'm going to say. Why focus? Why engage with people who are narrow-minded? Why? So I've given myself a challenge by the end of September, and somebody's holding me accountable. I'm going to be posting on LinkedIn every single day. The impressions, as you said, Wantine, are doing really well. Because you see, one thing I'm really good at is believing in myself. Because I've lived it. I can't make it up. And I have worked with multimillionaires, not online, where they live. I'm not intimidated, to be honest. I am impressed and I admire what other people do. I have so much respect for what people do. I'm just like, I'm blown away. Like, what? Here's a tip. Go on YouTube and type in the biggest constructions around the world, or the biggest or the longest constructions around the world. Those programs will blow you away when you see how they constructed that bridge, like here in Europe. There are some things that are just mind blowing. You're like, how on earth do they do? You know, fear, right? And procrastination is just a way of preservation. Sometimes we're scared that somebody's going to confirm what you already feel about yourself, right? This is one of the things I realized. So I had to deal with my own fears, yes, to address ourselves. Those kind of things helped me to change how I think. I was like, oh, okay. I remember when I was working in healthcare, one of the doctors said to me, Meg, why don't you go to med school and do medicine? You clearly love this too much. And I was like, okay. And there was a time I decided maybe I'll do medicine because I'm already trained as a registered nurse. And I'm saying this to help somebody think my thought processes. Maybe because I'd already already worked as a registered nurse for many years. Here in the United Kingdom, you can do a fast track to medical school, 4 years. So instead of 7 years, I would have done 4 years. But guess what? I messed up. I realized I can make more money than a medical doctor. Am I saying I'm better than medical doctors? No. I'm at a stage in life where I'm not easily impressed. I've seen too much suffering, and I've realized in life, just do your thing, what you enjoy doing, help others, make a difference in the world, be part of the solution, not part of the problem, and then just live your life. Just live your life, like Rihanna sang, like Rihanna's song, live your life. Just live your life. Let people say what they say about you, let them think what they think. You just do your thing, that's it. Love your life. Have a support system around you. That's really it. Too much fear is not living. Too much fear is not living, yes? Too much fear is not living. And the more you write, the more you speak, the more you hear your own thought processes, yes, the better you become. Heck, I want to keep speaking. I want to even be a better speaker. I can see myself in 10 years being a better speaker. I can see my content online being better in 10 years, right? So this is what I bring to the community. I want to support you to have this mindset where you decide, you know what, Coach Meg is right. Meg is right. I don't need to be afraid. There's a woman you like, shoot your shot, bro. Bro, if you are the real deal, you can see her online. She's posting her content. You love her energy. Shoot your shot. Just make sure, you can match her energy. Don't take her as your savior, yes? See her as a partner, as an asset. Shoot your shot. If she says no, it will be practice. You're like, I like her energy. Her and me, we can do big things. Go for it, bruh. Shoot your shot. You never know. She's powerful. She looks intimidating. But she's human like everybody else. She wants a good friend. Proactive women want a good friend. Proactive women want somebody who supports them. And you don't want to be the kind of man who's watching her. You better also be doing something. You better also be building something. That's why I like Alex Hormozi and his wife. They support each other. They build companies together. It is so refreshing to see a couple that is so visible and they're just going for it. Were they always like that? No. Hey, welcome, the man himself. Good to see you here. Were they always like that? No. He talks about their struggles. How he was wondering how he's going to pay his employees. She's stuck with him in the difficulty. And now they're enjoying the rewards together. She wasn't this kind of woman who sits and she's just doing, I'm sorry, we are all different. Let me just say that disclaimer. She wasn't just sitting doing her nails. No, she was learning. How does my husband build a business? Come on, ladies, we need to hear this. I can't with this behavior. The man is working hard and you just looking pretty? Come on, for goodness sake. The world has changed. What if the biggest client bails out tomorrow? Because this happens in real life. What if your husband's biggest client bails out and you were just relying on your husband's business? If your husband is building an amazing business, Coach Meg speaking the truth. If the business doesn't succeed, babes, we got this. You're like, okay, let's see, what can we do? Let's look at your waiting list. Let's see, what can we do, right? So that's why I'm for family, right? This is my conviction. If your husband or your wife is working hard and you are not working equally hard, you are not working on a system to improve each other's lives, something's off. Something is not right. If you are the kind of woman who's just watching, oh, you know, he'll bring the money, you're just doing your nails, and he comes home, and then you have the audacity to be, oh, you know, one day he's going to wake up from whatever you've done to him. He's going to wake up. You best believe. I hope he wakes up. If he's bringing all the money, use some of that money. Start building a website. Start designing stuff. A man is a provider, absolutely. Women, whatever he gives you, we must multiply it, right? Some women won't like this. I'm not your coach. If he gives you trouble, you will multiply the trouble. I don't know why they get shocked. He's giving you a headache? You will give him a bigger headache. So let Coach Meg pause a little bit. Let's talk about ChatGPT, Canva, designing an ebook, packaging your knowledge, your wisdom, your insight. It's something that we can do together, and let's see. Let me actually share my live stream to some of my regulars. Let me just pause here. What's happening, TikTok? Why are you not posting to my regulars? By the way, before I forget, those of you who are watching, I'm really good at what I do. I'm so surprised by the engagement. Make sure you tap the heart. Yes, there's an orange heart at the top. If you tap that heart, that orange heart, you will see the gifts that you can give. Yes, you can see the gifts that you can give. Okay. And those of you that are engaging, my wish for you is that you do really well. I appreciate your support. God gave me a promise. I will bless those who bless you. This is not manipulative in any shape or form, but that's what God gave me, and I believe it. Because God is God. He is good. Yes. And you can tell Coach Meg is a real professional businesswoman. You are not just investing in me, I'm also investing back. Yes. And if you decide, Coach Meg, I'm ready, let's go for it. My part is to, just take you on your journey, however long it takes. Yes. So you decide to invest a certain number. My goal, that's my mission, is to make sure you get it back. Okay. Within 30 to 90 days. Yes. So you win either way. There's nothing wasted. Nothing is wasted. Right? So what I'm quickly going to do here is I'm going to share to some of my regulars because it's Saturday. Ooh, thank you, God. It's Saturday. Ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Do, do, do. Yes, yes, yes. I just realized I could do this. Very good. Da, da, da. It is so good to understand social media. Mm-mm-mm. Just a second. This is something, you see, there are new little things I'm discouraging more each time. You can share your live to your stories, and stories gets a lot of views here on TikTok. Yes. And I'm a coach for those of you who are action takers, who you are proactive and you're making your business, the growth of your business a priority, becoming visible, because I'm living what I'm talking about. I have my own marketing, yes, that I do as a service to business owners, to founders and lawyers. This month I'm working with lawyers, targeting a lot of lawyers. There's so much stress in the legal field. So I'm working with lawyers to help them to reach their ideal clients. Let's see, let me share to more of my regulars. Listen, let's get more shares. Let's get more shares, then I'll continue. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up and Coach Meg will be on another platform. Okay, let's see. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. This is really good. This is good. This is good. This is good. I appreciate you, those of you who are here and you've been supporting. Let me know. Any questions so far? Any questions? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? I'll wait for you. Yes, I've done the delivery. Now let's go. Let's go. And remember, there are no silly questions. You know, anything that is business related. I've just shared to more than 10 friends. Let's share to a minimum of 15 people. Let's share to a minimum of 15 people. Last time what I did, people are on my live stream and they're not engaging, they're watching. I had to block some people, so I'll probably do that again. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be harsh, but if you are on the live stream and you're not engaging, you are bringing weird negative energy, so I have to block you. If you've been watching my live stream for a while and you're not engaging, I have to block you and remove you. Yeah. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I want people to win. And I'm actually looking to create a community of at least 150 people. That's my goal. In the next 90 days, I want to build a community of 150 people that we are going to be taking action on a regular basis. And there is, you know, an entry, of course. They have to be members. And we are going to be taking action. We are proactive every day. So we are encouraging, inspiring each other. We're looking at what's working, what's not working. Because we're building a case study, and that will be a case study for you as well if you're part of this membership. So it's a private membership. It's only for action takers. Because otherwise, what's the point? We don't want people who are just spectators. It's just negative energy. So I'm probably going to do that. I'm about to do that now. There are people who've been watching for a while. I don't like negative energy. People who don't take action, there's no point. There is no point. Oh, one term, your ranking is now 57. Another one is 13. Okay, so I have to remove some people that are not engaging. Not engaging. Yeah. I have to remove. I have to remove. I don't mind if I'm talking to 2 or 3 people who are engaging and they are seeing the value. That's the whole point. If you're not engaging and don't need my services, I think I want to keep a clean room. Yeah. Because if you don't need my services, there is no need. Okay, yeah. Because I think some of these accounts are bots. I don't want bots in the community. I have to remove bots. and clean. Ooh, ooh. Because I know what I talk about here, what I bring, the insight, the wisdom is life changing, and we're not playing. Okay. One thing, I'm not sure, the other thing though is they are real bots that join live streams and they're gathering information. What they do is they start to follow engaged accounts. Yes, I need to say this actually. Live streaming, the responsibility of, leading. When we are on live streams, there are people, there are bots and some accounts. What they start doing, if they see you engaging on somebody else's account, that is, really high value and engaging and delivering value, they start following every person who is engaging and they start offering weird services and spam and all this. I will never directly DM anyone and say, oh, sign up to my program and da 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 da. No. What I will normally ask is there any support that you need? Yes. So please take note of that, right? Yes. Oh yeah, I've had some, somebody reports an imitation and I reported to TikTok. TikTok didn't notice the issue with that, so I left it, That's why one of the things I like to say, I'm a real business person. I started doing business long before social media was like this. Apart from being here on social media, we also need to make sure you are building an email list. Yes, you also need to be active on more than one platform. The algorithm may not like that, but we are real business people. We are not active just on one platform. That's a joke. That's not true. So I'm also on YouTube, by the way. Yeah, it's 110. That's a business idea, by the way. What do you think? Have a think. Because I know you're tech savvy. What do you think? That's a business idea. That's a business idea. Yeah, they don't take it seriously, and you have to decide. There's one live stream host. I was watching her live stream. She had like 15, probably 10 fake accounts attached to her account. It's the weirdest thing. Because even now, right? I'm surprised that I've got a few people on here. I'm surprised that the algorithm hasn't sent to more people. What is it? Is it something about my account? It's really strange for a Saturday. Yes, it's really strange. I remember one live stream I did. I don't know what I said. I think it's got to do with Online Safety Act here in Europe. And there's a little page that came up and said, oh, because of something that I said, and my reach was being limited, which is probably what's happening now. Is it because of the people that are joining my account, my live streaming, or what? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because some of the content I talk about, I know other people are talking about it. But hey, I'm a businesswoman, so... And the good thing is I repost my content on other platforms as well anyway. And that's why one of the things I talk about is don't be one platform dependent. I think it's not smart. Because the same content on one platform can do better on another. That's what I've realized. So I'm really big on multi-channel marketing. I didn't know about that one. Here on TikTok. Or could it be, okay. Another thing is, which I'm, when I feel ready, I'm getting to a place where I want to scale the business. Oh, wow. 110, thank you for that tip. I didn't know about that. I have really been wondering. Okay. That is interesting. That is interesting. But how do they do that, though? It's probably they are using different devices. I think when I'm ready to scale my business to the next level, I'll probably have 4 or 5 different devices. Because you can use StreamYard and you can be streaming on Facebook, you can be streaming on YouTube and LinkedIn and multiple platforms at the same time. That's one of my goals to get to. You know, when I can see some things that are happening in my business, that's what I want to do. But that is interesting that you mentioned that. Mm. Mm. Please send me more information on that, to my message, yes, to my inbox. Send me more on that. Send me more because there's something's not quite right. Something's not quite right. Because I know there are times where I've had 20 people in the room, 50 people in the room, and I can't always put it down to the time of day that I do my live streams. I don't think so. I think something's not right. Something's strange. Something's really strange. I remember there was a time though I'm based in London, TikTok was sending the algorithm was sending my visibility. Yeah, I know that. It's weird. That's why being business minded helps. If the algorithm is having tantrums, I know that I can still make money elsewhere. I know that I'm attracting customers elsewhere. But I remember there was a time that the algorithm was sending all my content to places in the world that my ideal audience are not even watching, or if they're watching, what they're doing is they're sending me DMs that are completely not business related. And I was thinking, what the heck is going on? Why am I getting spammers? It's like, you can see, the algorithm can see where I am. Why is it sending my content to people elsewhere? Then I realize, okay. Anyway, that's also the truth. Algorithms are hit and miss, absolutely. But anyhow, on that note, please send me more anyway on doing 2 accounts. Yeah, okay. It would be interesting to find out. That's part of the reason why I took a break from my live stream for about a week or two, because I thought I need to figure out what is going on. I know I'm active on other platforms, whether the algorithm likes it or not. The truth is, we are active on other platforms. There's no secret about that. And that is a personal choice. I refuse to be controlled by one platform. I'm just going to openly say that. I have no issue with that. Seriously, I go shopping in so many different platforms. My audience are available elsewhere. And the small contribution I bring on TikTok, I think it's big enough for me to be doing bigger numbers. But anyway, I hope this has been helpful, talking about personal branding, deciding to show up as the best version of you, and deciding, yeah. Oh yes, I think StreamYard. StreamYard is one that I knew about when I was active on TikTok. Yeah, it's using more than one device. That's one way. Because I know the content that I bring and the energy, I'm like, I can't be wasting my energy on a little bit. I'm like, no. So one of the things is probably, I just had a thought. So yes, StreamYard is one of them. There's quite a bit of software out there that you can multi-stream on different platforms. Because even YouTube, one of the things I'm looking at, how to get to my 4,000 views a little bit faster. It's going too slow for my liking. And I refuse to be like, oh, things take time. Yes, I know some things take time, but not in the times we're living in, especially when you're using the keywords, because YouTube is also doing something where it tells you the content gap. I don't know who started this first, whether it was TikTok or it was YouTube, my thing though with that one thing is I've decided something. When I'm doing a challenge, right? That's let me just read it out. Also, when I tell people what time I'll show up, when I'm doing a challenge is when I'll usually announce. Yeah, when I'm doing a challenge. But otherwise, I prefer to come and go. because sometimes I'm working on a project with for a client that is I need to really be focused on that. I don't want to feel restricted. I don't know. It's just a thought. When I'm doing a challenge like a 5-day challenge, that's when I'll be announcing. Like when you last found me. That's when I'll do like strictly 8 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock in the evening. So that I'll do it like once a month kind of thing. But the rest of the time, I like to move as I choose. But I don't know. It's something. I'll think about it. I don't know. I like to come and go, dip in and out. Yeah. I don't know. Have a think. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll have a think. I'll have a think. You see, even there, you're saying that you make a choice to show up sometimes. Because you see, the other thing I was saying to my family, I've identified that my core audience are action takers. There are some, they'll follow me for 30 days, and because they're taking action with what I've told them, they no longer need to follow me. They're active on their platforms, they're doing content, they're posting, because I can see them. Some of my subscribers, I can see them, they're active on their own platform, they're doing live streaming, they're showing up, they're learning, they're engaging. So they won't necessarily keep coming with me because they're action takers. Can you see what I mean? My core audience are action takers. So they won't be, like always coming to learn something. So, yeah. But thank you. I appreciate, your insight and the addition. Yeah. Yeah. Andronike, what do you think? My handmade jewelry designer. What's your contribution, my friend? Because this is the other thing. Sometimes people don't say what they need, what they want, more of that. So say for you, one thing, what would you ideally want me to expand on? Okay. 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 Good idea. In fact, one of my coaches said, they said to ask your audience, what do they want you to cover? Because sometimes my sessions are like a preaching session. There's no, I have to be careful of that. Okay. Okay. Most people go black, that is true. I'm laughing not to be mean. It's very funny because I've been in the online space for a while. I'm used to the online space and I can understand. But I think I come across as friendly. I'm warm personality. I'm fun. I enjoy what I do. But you're right. Sometimes it's just like, what? Okay, say for you one thing, right? What would you want me to cover more, or what would you want me to talk about next time? Thank you, appreciate you. Why is TikTok semi-flagging your comment? Why is that doing that? Because I like your engagement, I appreciate it. What is that? Okay. You are doing so well, but TikTok is asking me to approve your comments. Even that, I don't understand that. Everything you're saying here is straightforward. Okay, the way that you do the show is great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I know, right?